Chapters 22 through 28 of the Book of Job, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapters 22 through 28 of Job, from the Young's Literal Translation. Chapter 22. And Eliphaz the Temanite answereth and saith, To God is a man profitable, because a wise man to himself is profitable? Is it a delight to the Mighty One that thou art righteous? Is it gain that thou makest perfect thy ways? Because of thy reverence doth he reason with thee? He entereth with thee into judgment. Is not thy wickedness abundant? And there is no end to thine iniquities. For thou takest a pledge of thy brother for naught, and the garments of the naked thou dost strip off. Thou causest not the weary to drink water, and from the hungry thou withholdest bread. As to the man of arm, he hath the earth, and the accepted of face, he dwelleth in it. Widows thou hast sent away empty, and the arms of the fatherless are bruised. Therefore round about thee are snares, and trouble thee doth fear suddenly. Or darkness thou dost not see, and abundance of waters doth cover thee. Is not God high in heaven? And see the summit of the stars, that they are high. And thou hast said, What, hath God known? Through thickness doth he judge? Thick clouds are a secret place to him, and he doth not see, and the circle of the heavens he walketh habitually. The path of the age dost thou observe that men of iniquity have trodden? Who have been cut down unexpectedly, a flood is poured out on their foundation. Those saying to God, Turn aside from us. And what doth the Mighty One to them? And he hath filled their houses with good, and the counsel of the wicked hath been far from me. See, do the righteous, and they rejoice, and the innocent mocketh at them. Surely our substance hath not been cut off, and their excellency hath fire consumed. Acquaint thyself, I pray thee, with him, and be at peace. Thereby thine increase is good. Receive, I pray thee, from his mouth a law, and set his sayings in thy heart. If thou dost return unto the mighty, thou art built up. Thou puttest iniquity far from thy tents, so as to set on the dust a defense, and on the rock of the valleys a covering. And the mighty hath been thy defense, and silver is strength to thee. For then on the mighty thou delightest thyself, and dost lift up unto God thy face. Thou dost make supplication unto him, and he doth hear thee, and thy vows thou completest. And thou decreest a saying, and it is established to thee, and on thy ways hath light shone, for they have made low. And thou sayest, Lift up, and the bowed down of eyes he saveth. He delivereth the not innocent, yea, he hath been delivered by the cleanness of thy hands. Chapter 23. And Job answereth and saith, Also, today is my complaint bitter. My hand hath been heavy because of my sighing. Oh, that I had known! And I find him. I come in unto his seat. I arrange before him the cause, and my mouth fill with arguments. I know the words he doth answer me, and understand what he saith to me. In the abundance of power doth he strive with me? No, surely he putteth it in me. There the upright doth reason with him, and I escape forever from my judge. Lo, forward I go, and he is not, and backward, and I perceive him not. To the left in his working, and I see not. He is covered on the right, and I behold not. For he hath known the way with me. He hath tried me. As gold I go forth. On his step hath my foot laid hold. His way I have kept, and turn not aside. The command of his lips, and I depart not. Above my allotted portion I have laid up the sayings of his mouth. And he is in one mind, and who doth turn him back? And his soul hath desired, and he doth it. For he doth complete my portion, and many such things are with him. Therefore from his presence I am troubled, I consider, and am afraid of him. And God hath made my heart soft, and the mighty hath troubled me. For I have not been cut off before darkness, and before me he covered thick darkness. Chapter 24. Wherefore from the Mighty One times have not been hidden, and those knowing him have not seen his days. The borders they reach, a drove they have taken violently away. Yea, they do evil. The ass of the fatherless they lead away. They take in pledge the ox of the widow. They turn aside the needy from the way. Together have hid the poor of the earth. Lo, wild asses in a wilderness. They have gone out about their work, seeking early for prey, a mixture for himself, food for good ones. In a field his provender they reap, and the vineyard of the wicked they glean. The naked they cause to lodge without clothing, and there is no covering in the cold. From the inundation of the hills they are wet, and without a refuge have embraced a rock. They take violently away from the breast the orphan, and on the poor they lay a pledge. Naked they have gone without clothing, and hungry have taken away a sheaf. Between their walls they make oil, wine presses they have trodden, and thirst. Because of enmity men do groan, and the soul of pierced ones doth cry, and God doth not give praise. They have been among rebellious ones of light. They have not discerned his ways, nor abode in his paths. At the light doth the murderer rise, he doth slay the poor and needy, and in the night he is as a thief. And the eye of an adulterer hath observed the twilight, saying, No eye doth behold me. And he putteth the face in secret. He hath dug in the darkness houses. By day they shut themselves up, they have not known light. When together, morning is to them death-shade, when he discerneth the terrors of death-shade. Light he is on the face of the waters. Vilified is their portion in the earth. He turneth not the way of vineyards. Drought, also heat, consume snow waters. Sheol, those who have sinned. Forget him doth the womb. Sweeten on him doth the worm. No more is he remembered. And broken as a tree is wickedness. Treating evil the barren who beareth not. And to the widow he doth no good. And hath drawn the mighty by his power. He riseth, and none believeth in life. He giveth to him confidence, and he is supported, and his eyes are on their ways. High they were for a little, and they are not, and they have been brought low. As all others they are shut up, and as the head of an ear of corn cut off. And if not now, who doth prove me a liar, and doth make of nothing my word? Chapter 25. And Bildad the Shuhite answereth and saith, The rule and fear are with him, making peace in his high places. Is there any number to his troops? And on whom ariseth not his light? And what? Is man righteous with God? And what? Is he pure, born of a woman? Lo, unto the moon, and it shineth not, and stars have not been pure in his eyes. How much less man, a grub, and the Son of Man, a worm. Chapter 26. And Job answereth and saith, What? Thou hast helped the powerless, saved an arm not strong. What? Thou hast given counsel to the unwise, and wise plans in abundance made known. With whom hast thou declared words, and whose breath came forth from thee? The Rephaim are formed beneath the waters, also their inhabitants. Naked is Sheol over against him, and there is no covering to destruction. Stretching out the north over desolation, hanging the earth upon nothing, binding up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them, taking hold of the face of the throne, spreading over it his cloud. A limit he hath placed on the waters, unto the boundary of light with darkness. Pillars of the heavens do tremble, and they wonder because of his rebuke. By his power he hath quieted the sea, and by his understanding smitten the proud. By his spirit the heavens he beautified, formed hath his hand the fleeing serpent. Lo, these are the borders of his way, and how little a matter is heard of him, and the thunder of his might who doth understand? Chapter 27. And Job addeth to lift up his simile, and saith, God liveth. He turned aside my judgment, and the mighty, he made my soul bitter. For all the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God in my nostrils. My lips do not speak perverseness, and my tongue doth not utter deceit. Pollution to me, if I justify you. Till I expire I turn not aside mine integrity from me. On my righteousness I have laid hold, and I do not let it go. My heart doth not reproach me while I live. As the wicked is my enemy, and my withstander as the perverse. For what is the hope of the profane when he doth cut off, when God doth cast off his soul? His cry doth God hear, when distress cometh on him. On the mighty doth he delight himself. Call God at all times. I shew you by the hand of God that which is with the mighty I hide not. Lo, ye, all of you have seen. And why is this? Ye are altogether vain. This is the portion of wicked man with God, and the inheritance of terrible ones from the mighty they receive. If his sons multiply, for them is a sword, and his offspring are not satisfied with bread. His remnant in death are buried, and his widows do not weep. If he heap up as dust silver, and as clay prepare clothing, he prepareth, and the righteous putteth it on, and the silver the innocent doth apportion. He hath built as a moth his house, and as a booth a watchman hath made. Rich he lieth down, and he is not gathered. His eyes he hath opened, and he is not. Overtake him as waters do terrors. By night stolen him away hath a whirlwind. Take him up doth an east wind, and he goeth, and it frighteneth him from his place, and it casteth at him, and doth not spare. From its hand he diligently fleeth. It clappeth at him its hands, and it hisseth at him from his place. Chapter 28. Surely there is for silver a source, and a place for the gold they refine. Iron from the dust is taken, and from the firm stone brass. An end hath he set to darkness, and to all perfection he is searching, a stone of darkness and death shade. A stream hath broken out from a sojourner, those forgotten of the foot. They were low, from man they wandered. The earth, from it cometh forth bread, and its under part is turned like fire. A place of the sapphire are its stones, and it hath dust of gold. A path, not known it hath a ravenous fowl, nor scorched it hath an eye of the kite, nor trodden it have the sons of pride, not passed over it hath the fierce lion. Against the flint he set forth his hand. He overturned from the root mountains. Among rocks brooks he hath cleaved, and every precious thing hath his eye seen. From overflowing floods he hath bound, and the hidden thing bringeth out to light. And the wisdom, whence is it found? And where is this, the place of understanding? Man hath not known its arrangement, nor is it found in the land of the living. The deep hath said, It is not in me, and the sea hath said, It is not with me. Gold is not given for it, nor is silver weighed, its price. It is not valued with pure gold of Ophir, with precious onyx and sapphire. Not equal it to gold and crystal, nor is its exchange a vessel of fine gold. Corals and pearl are not remembered. The acquisition of wisdom is above rubies. Not equal it doth the topaz of Cush. With pure gold it is not valued. And the wisdom, whence doth it come? And where is this, the place of understanding? It hath been hid from the eyes of all living, and from the fowl of the heavens it hath been hidden. Destruction and death have said, With our ears we have heard its fame. God hath understood its way, and he hath known its place. For he to the ends of the earth doth look, under the whole heavens he doth see, to make for the wind a weight, and the waters he meted out in measure, in his making for the rain a limit, and a way for the brightness of the voices. Then he hath seen and declareth it, he hath prepared it, and also searched it out. And he saith to man, Lo, fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to turn from evil is understanding. The end of chapters 22 through 28 of the book of Job, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. Recording by Mark Penfold.